Lawrence, Prezman here, WagerTalk.com. We're going to talk predictive markets today. You know them as Kalshi and Polymarket, and I know them as well. Hello, lover. I love betting the prediction markets, and I'm going to give you 5 important things you need to know when making bets at the prediction market. The first thing is, these are contracts that you're placing down, and you can buy and sell them live. This is very important because the predictive markets move. You might buy a bet like the San Antonio Spurs have a 40% chance of winning Game 4 against the New York Knicks. Literally 3 seconds later, they could have a 42% chance because more money is coming in. You could sell that bet right there and then for a 2% profit, and you can do this all day long. It is a day trader's dream for sports betting. The second thing you need to know about these markets is that you can use them to help yourself place bets. Here's what we know. We know that the general public predominantly loses in sports betting. Well, how do we find out what the general public is going to be betting? We literally go over to Kalshi or Polymarket and we look. They price their games at the exact percentage of the bets they're taking. So if they believe that the New York Knicks have a 63% chance of beating the San Antonio Spurs, you are paying 63 cents to make $1. But what do we know? We now know that the mass market believes that the New York Knicks have a 63% chance of winning. They don't actually have a 63% chance of winning. There's no science or math behind that. That's just a collated opinion from a bunch of people who regularly lose money. Suggestion, bet against those moves and you will make money. It's a great way of using the poly markets and the Kalshi markets to help you with your bets. The third important thing about the predictive markets is what is the most effective way to use them? And I think betting futures is the ideal way. The biggest problem with betting futures at a sports book is you lock your money up. Let's say you're betting a 7-game series, which takes 10 days. You put your money down on day 1. You only either get nothing or your winnings 10 days later. What if you do it at the beginning of a season? You want to wait 8 months? You don't need to do any of that on the predictive markets. You could literally buy, let's say, the LA Rams to win their division. They then win the first 5 games and start the year 5-0. Sell your bet. Immediately sell that contract. You've already doubled your money. Me and my professional bettor friends, we've been doing this in the 7-game series in the playoffs currently in both the NHL and the NBA. Team wins game 1 on the poly markets. We bet the team who lost that game, and then we wait, and then we see how it progresses, and then we sell that bet when we can make money. It is so easy to buy and sell bets on both Kalshi and the poly market that it just creates a great place to bet futures. Make your future bet, win a game, sell it, move on to the next game. The fourth thing I want to talk about is it legal? And this is a real interesting question because, well, it's legal because it's legal, or it's illegal because it's illegal. So the fact that you're using it and we're talking about it suggests it's legal. But why is it legal in some markets and sports books aren't? And the main reason is it's a regulatory issue. The sports books sit under gambling, where a third party makes profit from your wins or your losses. A casino is a third party, a sports book is a third party, and their income is directly linked to your wins and losses, i.e. they take juice from your bets. It's called VIG. The predictive markets just charge you a transaction fee. They don't care if you win, they don't care if you lose. You're not actually betting against the markets, you're betting against people, and they're just taking a transaction fee. Now, I know it's splitting hairs, and I know it's red herrings, and I know it's all nonsense, but the bottom line is these two entities go under different regulatory bodies in America, and for that reason, one of them is legal everywhere, and the other one isn't. But concurrently, the world is trying to tackle this question, and they're trying to decide whether to make the predictive markets sit in the regulatory system of the sports books or vice versa. So stay tuned, but currently it is legal. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is culture. And it's so important when trying to make money on the predictive markets. The bottom line is, and we see this over and over again, social media, movement, momentum. You can bet politics on the predictive markets, much more so than you can the sports books. Well, politics, they do polls. Polls come out. It goes up, it goes down. Gavin Newsom to win the Democratic nomination, 26% today, 32% tomorrow, 18% the day after that. What is moving these numbers? Social media, news articles, culture, and you can stay on top of it. It's easy to predict the trends when you're looking at a cultural trend or a political trend, and you can take advantage of those trends on the markets where you can't with the sports books. I love betting political stuff on the markets, and frankly, it's going to tell you exactly who's going to win anyway, because if you have tens of thousands of people who are taking the Democrats over the Republicans, well, that is probably a good sample size on what will happen in the general election. So that's another reason I really like the Polymarkets. I love the information it gives me, and I love the fact that I can use cultural momentum to make money. And another reason I really love the predictive markets, and I keep saying that the Polymarkets, predictive markets, you understand what I'm saying, is honestly, you are charged less to make these bets, and that is so important. A sportsbook charges you roughly 9.1% to make a bet. You pay $110 to make a $100 bet. The predictive markets charge you a transaction cost, and the difference is immense. The difference between a winning and losing bettor is 1, 2, 3%. If you can hit 53%, 54% betting at a sports book, you're a winning bettor. If you hit 51%, 52% betting at the predictive markets, you're a winning bettor. It is a radically important point. Don't pay extra to make bets that you can pay less at another place. That is one of the biggest advantages of the predictive markets. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm Lawrence Prezman, co-founder of WagerTalk. You can see me every day, Monday to Friday on our YouTube channel, WagerTalk TV. I'm the host of the best betting show ever. Thanks for watching.